What's happening, fam? This is Ivy, and you're at Ivy Vibes. And today's spirit message for you today is never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious. You are worthy. Sometimes we can feel guilted into staying in a situation where we're being taken for granted, because others will make us feel as though they're entitled to certain things from us, whether it is our gifts, our abilities, our time, our effort, our money. And people definitely, most of the time, people can definitely see your worth and value before you can. And sometimes what happens is the way that people will come at you will be under a different guise of so-called love and caring for them to get what it is that they want out of you. And a lot of it could, even come in a form of them needing something and just asking for your help, but kind of putting a bit of a twist on it with, like if it's a family member or a friend, those people that are close to you that know your heart and how to get to you can easily manipulate a situation and get things out of you that they feel entitled to because they know what your value is. And if you don't make that stand, people continue to take you for granted and just feel like you're always going to be there, and that they can continue to use you or get out of you whatever it is that they want or need for their benefit. Until you see the worthiness in yourself, you'll continue to stay in situations where you're being taken for granted and almost feel like it's okay. Even when it comes to relationships like boyfriends or girlfriends, there's always, I won't say always, but there can be situations where you continue to do certain things for someone because you love them, but they take you for granted and feel like you're always going to be there simply because of the choices that you make to continue to do things for them or be around for them. And in that way, they continue to devalue who you are. Takes away from you. I won't say it takes away from your worthiness, but it does take away from the value that they put on you because you're not putting that value on yourself. I know there have been situations with myself in the past where I've ended friendships simply because I'm a very generous person. And these have been relationships that I've had with people between 4 to 9 years. And I've always shown my loyalty through traveling and stuff like that, going to see people, making my way to friends in other states when they need me. Just really trying my best to be there as a friend because I wouldn't do anything any less than what I would want done for myself. And the unfortunate thing about it is that until you pull back, or until I pull back, that was when these other individuals actually seen the value and stopped taking me for granted. because they encountered either one situation, the person encountered another person, and saw that I really was a good friend because I was always there and I never really wanted anything from them. I was always trying to help. And the other person that they encountered, or people after and before, showed something completely different, and they got a chance to see. They actually told me that they got a chance to see what a real friend actually is like through me. Another person, and these are people that I'm not friends with anymore. Another person, because I used to always travel back and forth from New York to Philly to visit this person every time they needed me. And one time I experienced something negative on a trip when I went to Philly and I went back home early. This person continued to, they were only thinking about what they wanted, and they got upset because I did not stay longer for them to be able to go somewhere, like hang out at the party. And the one time they came to visit me and they realized, and said, I didn't realize how much it takes for you to do this traveling, like the hours that it took for you to come and visit, and especially when you would come every other weekend sometimes. And then the driving around constantly while you're here, like I really took you for granted because I didn't think that, she didn't really think much of it until she had to do it herself and she came to visit me. And other situations that I've had, confirmation, other situations that I've had where um, exes, where they seen the kind of person that I am and appreciated me more after I was gone because of the things that I would do or how I would behave with them. And it's like, uh, you have to make sure that you show how valuable and worthy you are when it comes to how you're treated. Because if you don't, other people will tend to walk all over you, take you for granted, and do whatever it is that they want to do, even in knowing your worthiness. As long as you're going to be there and they can benefit from it, most people will do that and not give two thoughts as to how things affect you. Um, Simply, if you are in a so-called, what they may perceive to be a better position than them, or have things that they need that they can benefit from, and they will use you and devalue the worthiness in you simply because it benefits them, and treat you less than. So never allow yourself to be taken for granted. Like this card says, it is better to remove yourself from a situation than to be treated less than you deserve. And it doesn't matter if it's a friend, if it is a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a family member, a work associate. You have to learn how precious you are and what value you have. And I'll say it like this: when you really know the value that you have, you'll put a higher price on yourself, and that means you're not just going to allow yourself to be in any kind of situation. Things that have a high value come at a high cost. Diamonds, rubies, different crystals like that, that we like to purchase. Homes, cars, certain names of cars you just know are high value. And so you know that you're going to have to give a little bit more if you want to get that thing. It's no different than putting that kind of value or worthiness on yourself, understanding that worthiness for yourself. Don't just let people come in and take your time when you have certain gifts or abilities simply because they need it. If they need it and they feel like you are that deserving and worthy, they will pay the price. This is something that I'm still learning. It's ongoing. So hopefully this is something that you can benefit from and learn from, and help you in your walk. I'm Ivy, your Ivy Vibes. Like, share, and please subscribe. Hit your notification bell, and definitely leave me a comment below on Google.